When it comes to going into a workplace or perhaps going into a party, how do we show up with confidence? Well, today on the show, Tanya Unkovich joins me and we're talking about just that, showing up with confidence in our day-to-day lives. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but in all things, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And look, we can start with just something as simple as putting on an outfit that you feel good in. So often when we're not feeling that great, we're slopping around in our digs, right?
We just want comfort.
Yeah, we want comfort. Look, just dress becomingly and put your shoulders back and just act as if. Easy as that.
Done. I mean, that's just a simple way to show up with confidence, is to put on something that you like, you feel good in it, and that's the start. What other things can we do, and why is this an important thing, would you say?
Well, firstly, it's so important because how you feel inside is how you're going to show up in life, in your intimate relationship, in your work relationships. It will show up and have an influence on other people around you as well. They're going to look at you and go, oh my goodness, that person's got a presence. They've got an X factor. If they can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be leading by example, but also you'll make better decisions if you really allow yourself to show up in that beautiful present moment and really love who you are, then your decisions are going to be better. Your fulfillment and enjoyment in life will be so much better, won't it?
Yeah, so if you've showed up with a lack of confidence on many, many occasions, things haven't quite gone as perhaps you'd hoped for, how do you start the steps to gaining that confidence back if perhaps you've lost it?
Yeah, well, look, you can do something in a moment. You can actually change your physiology. You can move your body. I say this over and over again. One way to start feeling better is to start moving your body. It may be just to get up and go for a walk around the block. It may be even just to jump in the shower and clean your body. Do anything to move.
Yeah.
All right? And also, I always say to everyone, remember a time in your life when you did feel good about yourself. Go back to your gratitude journal. Go back to anything that you've got written down, a book of belief and courage that you've got about yourself, to remind yourself of who you are at the core. Because we're human, we just forget every now and then, right?
So absolutely.
Those are things you can do in an instant.
And I think that's a really good reminder, actually. Write it down when something good does happen. Don't forget to do that. Put it in a gratitude journal. Put it in your journal. Don't just write all the difficult stuff, but actually go there with the really good things too, right?
Absolutely. I write down all of life's miracles, and it's just a wonderful way to go back and reflect on, actually, no, things are good. Gratitude is, I say it time and time again, the way to change your attitude. Many of us, we don't shine. We don't allow our X factor to come out, or our beautiful presence, because we've got this belief that perhaps people are going to think that we're self-centered and look at that person, they're just so up at themselves. But look, I'm going to invite you to just scrap that. Why on earth would you settle for mediocre if there's something in you that you want to shine and that you want to really express in the world? Don't dim your light. And, you know, if there is someone out there, or if you have had an experience where people have tried to knock you off at the knees or put you down or trolled your social media, then simply love on these people, because they're hurting. As the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. Don't let those people dim your light. So if you do feel that you are settling for mediocre, that you're not showing up the way you know you can in this world, I'm going to invite you to just get out there and do it. Why wait?
Why wait for tomorrow when today there's probably an opportunity to do so, whether it's showing up at a cafe just dressed well with confidence, or perhaps, doing something in your workplace that maybe makes you feel a little bit scared, but actually, this is the time to shine.
It is indeed. Step up, and also know that this comes back to our self-worth again. You know, that topic that we talk about so much, where we don't feel worthy enough to really be ourselves. We keep dumbing ourselves down, and I'm just going to invite you to do it now, once and for all, because otherwise life's going to happen anyway, isn't it? Time's going to pass anyway, so you may as well be doing something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable and stepping out of that comfort zone. Why not?
Yeah, why not today? You mentioned a really lovely prayer, and I think this will be really helpful to people because it's short, it's sweet, but it is actually really helpful.
Yes, I've got it on a card, and it is something that I have carried with me for many, many years now to remind me of how worthy I am. And it goes, and it's like a saying from God, right? It's as if God's speaking to me. And he says to me, if you knew how much I loved you, you would cry with joy.
It's just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, pointing to self-worth.
Self-worth.
Yeah.
Self-worth is at the corner of everything, isn't it? So I'm going to invite you to just allow yourself to be your one magnificent self in this world.
I'd like to quote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really wonderful thing. And I think for many people, including myself at times, you just think, am I worthy of that? Magnificence, that's a bit of a big word. Is that really what I should be? Is that what I'm called to do? But in our own ways, we can be magnificent, right?
Oh, look, absolutely. Look at other people in the world who you think are magnificent or you feel that they are magnificent. You look up to them. Gosh, whether it be a famous singer, whether it be Oprah, whether it be Beyonce, whoever it is, they're human just like you. But they stretch themselves. They keep stretching themselves. And yes, people tried to put them down. They have. But they kept going.
Yeah.
The thing is, have grit, have tenacity, have this belief that actually I can do that too. I can really shine too.
So it starts with a simple decision, right?
Everything does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Am I going to not be fully fulfilled in my life, or am I going to do everything I can to experience everything I can? And that means experiencing myself, experiencing my capabilities, experiencing feelings and love. Because if we keep holding ourselves down and closing ourselves off from other people, then how can you experience true intimacy with another human being if there's always that wall up? So whether it be between you and one other or you and a group of people, you're going to miss out. So many people say, but I don't want to get too close and I don't want to be too open because I'll get hurt. But you're going to miss out on the good feelings as well as the hurt.
I mean, that's important stuff. And, we're talking self-worth here today. It's the words we use to describe ourselves too, right? We could be having a bad day and start really hating on ourselves. But actually, we've got to stop that, right? Because it can hang over to the next day and the next. If we say it once, it can just keep going.
Absolutely. You get into this pattern of calling yourself, oh, I'm dumb, I'm silly, I can't do that. Oh, I should have done it that way. Oh, look, I don't look good enough. I look too fat. All of that stuff. Here's your poor old brain and subconscious filing all of that away.
So we've got to start saying nice stuff? Is that as simple as it gets?
I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am enough. I am lovable.
Change the words. They
Change
really
that
actually
language.
matter.
It really does, because it's not only the stuff that comes out of your mouth, it's the stuff that's going on in your mind. I think I've talked about the crazy aunt in the attic who's saying, you're not that. Look, it's time to let all of that go.
Yeah.
What's it going to cost you if you don't let it go? Imagine life in 5 years' time and you've still got all that negative stuff going on. But imagine if you drop it now, how differently you might feel in the next 5 years.
I think this is really important stuff. I'd love to continue talking about this in more depth next week.
Let's do it.
And talking about the power of starting today, the power of now. And actually, let's not hold this off. It's not going to happen in a year's time, or it may not happen in a year's time, so let's start today.
Start today.
Yeah. Hey, self-worth is something that you really work with a lot of people on. It is a big thing for Kiwis. If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do so?
Well, I'm all over social media or my website, tanyaunkovich.com.
Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you.